Please stand up, all the members of our community, and give a huge round of applause for Handover. Helping those in need. As a result of earthquake, more than 8,000 Nepalese, hundreds of international visitors, rescue workers, including 6 U.S. Marines, lost their lives. I would like to request you all to observe a moment of silence for the victims of earthquake. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise as we recognize a moment of silence. Thank you.
Of Nepal. Would like to thank and welcome all of the other elected representatives who have sent their goodwill and their best wishes to the American-Nepal Helping Society, as well as to the Nepali people who are at the moment trying to rebuild from a very devastating quake. Also like to extend a very warm welcome to great friends of Nepal, the Fairfax County Fire Special Operations Urban Search and Rescue Team, including Battalion Chief Chris Shah, and all the colleagues and brave young men and women who have risked their lives to go promptly to Nepal and take part in amazing rescue missions. Thank you for being here. There are a number of Fairfax Special Operations volunteers who are not here, and we would also like to acknowledge that the team was much bigger than what could be present today, and we would look forward to seeing them at some point, but we send our best wishes via the colleagues.
Distinguished guests, and the volunteer heroes who went to Nepal, and all the ladies and gentlemen. It gives me pleasure here to be with you and say a few words. I have seen American Nepal Helping Society working together with the people of Nepal when Nepal was in need. I really congratulate you. You have taken a very good step. When Nepal needed help, you took a so appreciative step. You have raised the money that needed, and you went to the field where the people of Nepal were waiting to get healed. I would like to congratulate all of you, including President Sagar Kadel for taking these aggressive steps to help Nepal and Nepalese when they were in need. As a president of Non-Residential Nepali Association of USA, I would like to thank you and congratulate you all who have visited and helped Nepal during this tremendous devastation after 85 years in the history of the country. We are in a very serious and critical situation in the history, and the rescue and search efforts have been completed, and we are in the stage of rebuilding and reconstructing the country. And all the help from all over the world has been appreciated. Non-Residential Nepali Association has been also taking the lead to rebuild the country. I would like to mention one thing today, that the government of Nepal nominated our president, international president, Mr. Sesgale, as the ambassador for help in this situation, and I would like to thank the government of Nepal for this opportunity.
The Nepal Helping Society, members of DC Nepali Samaj, members of other local community organizations, members of volunteers, and ladies and gentlemen. After I saw the picture a few minutes before, I am a little bit serious, because what we saw in Nepal, when I was back home in Nepal, I was back home in Nepal 6-7 months before, and what we just saw is something drastically different. I would like to draw your attention a little bit back, how we started this mission. Before I want to give you the scenario, I would like to thank you, American Nepal Helping Society, to extend their hands to work with DC Nepali Samaj in this humanitarian willingness to help other people when needed. Again, thank you very much for being here. It's our pleasure to honor all of you, all who went to Nepal, representing different organizations or by individual yourself. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, all of you, for helping Nepal, for helping people around the world. God bless Nepal, God bless United States of America. Thank you.
The faith that I belong to was founded 2,000 years ago in Israel. And this founder was asked the question at one point, what is the greatest commandment? And he answered, the greatest commandment is to love God with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole self. And the second is like it, to love your neighbor as yourself. That was partially satisfactory because the question came back again, and who is my neighbor? And it turns out that the neighbor was one who helped someone else, whether he knew them or not. And this was very surprising in the circumstance of who it was who gave help to an individual in Israel. The people of Nepal found that they had neighbors in Fairfax. And the people in Fairfax, the rescuers found, they had neighbors in Nepal. Neither met the other, neither probably knew the other existed, but friendships were formed. Love of neighbor and helping in distress was achieved. This is true community. We all have our individual families, we have our neighbors, but we also have the human family where we are all together and we offer this help for the common good. So I thank you that you have allowed me here today to express that to whatever circumstance I can offer from the Commonwealth of Virginia. I will call the governor to ensure that. You have Congressman Whitman, who served with me in the House of Delegates, who provided money to Fairfax County to pay for these brave rescuers and talented rescuers to share their talents to help the people of Nepal. So we are one together in this, and I urge you to keep the relationship and organization that you have
in society. Ladies and gentlemen, and friends from India. Let me begin by conveying the best wishes of our ambassador to the success of this very important program. As he is not able to come here today, he has gone to Atlanta in connection with the collection of funds for the reconstruction of Nepal, devastated by the 125 earthquake. So it's my great pleasure, it's my distinct honor and privilege to be here with you. Amidst this very important event organized by a very modern society, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to the society for inviting us to participate in this program. I had the opportunity about 2 weeks back to participate in the same sort of program organized by
to recognize all the people who had helped during this time of disaster in Nepal. And we see the tremendous devastation and suffering that took place there. But from that, we also saw the domination of the human spirit to go there and help, to make sure that those folks that were in need received the help that was there before them and more. And we want to make sure that we never forget that not only was there a research or search and rescue mission there, but there's also a continued mission to help the folks in Nepal to reconstruct. We understand how important that is. We also understand, too, that all of us have something in common. You know, whether it's through our faith or what we believe as human beings, that we are here on earth to help each other. And that we see the need when others are suffering and when others are in the face of devastation. What our obligation is to get out there and help. And we see great organizations. We see the Fairfax Urban Search and Rescue Team going into harm's way to help. We see our United States Marines going in to help. We see the sacrifice of those individuals and what it takes to help. We see the Nepalese people that live here in the United States and what they have done to help. We've seen the volunteers in Nepal, again, putting themselves in harm's way to help folks in their time of greatest need. In the face of all of that devastation and suffering, we see the human spirit prevail. And we see the true spirit of the people of Nepal, understanding while as bad as things are, they understand the power of the human spirit. They understand what it takes to come together to help. And even in that face of that devastation, to understand that days will get better. That we will make sure that all of us together as the human race will help.
Someone in a community who's not so big. Kajol Panti has been saving up money, her own pocket money, not asking for money from her parents, saving up her own money, and is here to donate $170 by herself. Kajol, is someone coming up here, please?
People having floated ever since the original earthquake. A lot of people have been crying in Nepal because we have lost their loved ones. The money I will give to Nepal is $170 for the victims of the earthquake. The area with the most damage is Kathmandu. Most people are living without food, shelter, and water. A lot of people have been asking for help. They believe their loved ones are still underneath the level.
So please, a round of applause for our brave families.
So we are at the end of this speech program. Now we are entering our appreciation ceremony. So let me invite Mr. Simon Condell, President of ANHS, the Honorable Congressman Rob Whitman, the DCM of Nepal, Nepal Embassy, Mr. Rishiram Gilray to the stage to give certificate of.
Thank you.